Palantir has been operating in the shadows for over 2 decades, quietly amassing a treasure trove of data so valuable that governments simply can't walk away. Think about it. If you spend 20 years building an ultra-secure, AI-powered digital fortress filled with insights on national security, defense, healthcare, and global threats, do you think your biggest customers, aka world governments, are going to pack up and say, "Thanks, but we'll take it from here"? Absolutely not. Governments are like that one friend who borrows your Netflix password and never gives it back. They get comfortable, they rely on it, and soon, they can't function without it. The UK's NHS contract is the perfect example of this. For all the Palantir deniers out there, yes, skeptics who claim Palantir is just another software company, let's talk about the UK National Health Service, NHS. The UK government decided to entrust Palantir with the entire anticipated healthcare data of its population. That's not just your grandma's heart rate monitor stats, we're talking about predictive analytics on pandemics, patient care, resource allocation, and medical research, the kind of insights that could literally save lives. Now ask yourself, if a government is willing to hand over its most sensitive national healthcare data to Palantir, does that sound like an ordinary company? No. This is a firm so deeply embedded in the nerve center of global operations that even if a new political party comes to power, they still won't cut ties, because they can't afford to. Once Palantir gets into a system, it becomes the digital circulatory system of an organization. Removing it would be like trying to perform open-heart surgery on yourself, a very bad idea. So let's shift gears for a second, because something big just happened on the global economic stage. U.S. President Donald Trump dropped a tariff bombshell, announcing sweeping new taxes on all imports from America's 3 biggest trading partners, China, Mexico, and Canada. If you just said, "Wait, all 3, yes, you heard that right. This wasn't a random economic decision. Trump, in his signature style, cited the threat of illegal immigration in deadly drugs like fentanyl as the reason for these tariffs. His logic? Cut down the economic incentives for these nations, force them to crack down on smuggling, and make them secure their own borders to reduce the flow of illegal goods and people. But wait, what's a tariff, and why does it matter? A tariff is essentially a tax on imports. Imagine walking into your favorite store, seeing a $5 mug, but then being told, actually, you have to pay $6 now because of the new ceramic security fee. That extra dollar? That's a tariff. In real-world terms, tariffs make foreign goods more expensive, which is supposed to encourage domestic production. The downside? Countries that get hit with tariffs often retaliate with their own tariffs, creating a never-ending game of who can make things more expensive. Mexico's president was not happy about this. He basically said, you don't fix problems by slapping tariffs on them. You fix them by sitting down and talking. A reasonable point, except history has shown that governments are often better at creating problems than solving them. Now here's where things get interesting for Palantir. While Mexico tried to talk its way out of this mess, Canada took a different route. Ottawa, in an effort to dodge these tariffs, promised to implement $1.3 billion CAD, $900 million USD, in new security measures along its U.S. borders. And what does Canada need to upgrade its border security? AI-driven surveillance, real-time data analytics, threat detection systems. All things that just happen to be Palantir's bread and butter. By the way, if you are benefiting from the content so far and want more like this, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell, and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you've commented, let's continue. If Canada is about to drop nearly $1 billion on high-tech security infrastructure, do you think they're going to call a random IT consultant from Craigslist? No. They're calling in the big guns. And that means Palantir is about to secure another major government contract. Let's zoom out. Palantir is already deeply entrenched in national security, defense, and government intelligence. With the US and Canada doubling down on border control, Palantir has the perfect opportunity to expand its dominance. Here's why: border security equals data security. Governments need real-time data to track threats, and Palantir is the best at this. Drug cartels operate like AI-powered startups. Seriously, they evolve fast. Palantir's AI-driven analytics could predict smuggling patterns before they happen. Geopolitical instability equals more demand for Palantir. The more trade disputes, immigration issues, and security threats arise, the more governments need Palantir's intelligence platforms. And here's the kicker: even if the tariffs eventually go away, the security infrastructure will remain. Governments never stop spending on defense, and once they're locked into Palantir's ecosystem, they're not leaving. At the end of the day, Palantir isn't just another Silicon Valley software company. This is a firm that sits at the intersection of government power, national security, and AI-driven intelligence. From handling military operations to running global healthcare analytics, Palantir has proven that it is not just a nice-to-have tool, it's an essential part of modern governance. And remember, governments don't just drop a company like Palantir. They depend on it. Once a country integrates Palantir into its intelligence systems, removing it would be like trying to delete the internet, practically near impossible. So to the Palantir doubters, let me ask you this: if world governments continue to expand their contracts with Palantir, if nations entrust their most sensitive data to this company, and if major global security challenges create even more demand for its technology, how can you still think Palantir is just another stock? This could actually hit Palantir to $500 and beyond in no time. Palantir isn't going anywhere. It's only getting started. If you've made it this far, congratulations, you now understand why Palantir is not just another software company. It's a digital fortress that governments depend on for their most sensitive operations. But we're not done yet. Let's go deeper into why Palantir's role in global security, intelligence, and AI-driven analytics makes it too big to fail. There's a saying in the intelligence community: once you're in for life. That's Palantir in a nutshell. Once a government, military agency, or Fortune 500 company integrates Palantir's AI-driven platforms into their operations, switching to another system is unthinkable. Let's put this into perspective. Imagine you're running the Pentagon's AI-powered war simulation program, and you're using Palantir's Gotham platform to track military threats, enemy movements, and supply chain logistics. Now, imagine someone tells you, "Hey, we're switching to a new software. Hope nothing goes wrong." Do you stick with the battle-tested, AI-enhanced Palantir system that's already seamlessly integrated into every military operation? Risk national security disasters by transitioning to a cheaper, untested alternative? The choice is obvious. Governments don't take risks with national security. Once they pick a system, they stick with it. That's why Palantir's contracts keep getting renewed, and why its footprint continues to grow across global security, defense, and commercial sectors. We've all heard it before: data is the new oil. But here's the twist: data alone isn't enough. You need the right tools to extract, refine, and use that data effectively. And guess who provides those tools? Palantir's AI is helping predict disease outbreaks before they happen. Defense? Palantir could track terrorists in real time. Supply chains? Palantir could help prevent disruptions before they start. Think of Palantir as the central nervous system of modern intelligence. Without it, the body, governments, corporations, and defense agencies can't function properly. This is why governments aren't just customers, they're long-term partners. They need Palantir to maintain control in an unpredictable world. Palantir's future, the $1 trillion opportunity. So where does Palantir go from here? Some analysts argue that Palantir is still undervalued, even after its massive stock surge. Why? Because AI is still in its infancy. Palantir is positioned to dominate the AI-driven security market. Governments are increasing their AI defense budgets, which means more contracts for Palantir. Corporate adoption is accelerating, with companies using Palantir for logistics, fraud detection, and risk management. And let's not forget, AI is only going to get smarter. Right now, Palantir is already ahead of the curve. Imagine what happens when AI reaches its next evolutionary leap. Palantir will be at the center of it all. This is why Palantir is on track to become a trillion-dollar company, because its role in global security is irreplaceable. Let's wrap this up. Palantir isn't just a software company, it's an intelligence empire. Governments don't just buy Palantir's software, they integrate it into their core operations. Switching away from Palantir is virtually impossible, because no competitor comes close. The demand for AI-driven security, defense, and analytics is only growing. In other words, Palantir isn't going anywhere. So the next time someone tells you, Palantir is overhyped, just remind them. If the world's most powerful governments trust Palantir with their most sensitive data, maybe, just maybe, it's a company worth paying attention to. Palantir isn't just a stock. It's the future of global intelligence. It's our privilege that God, the creator of heaven and earth, will bless us abundantly, make us the head and not the tail if we love Him and obey His commandments. Please acknowledge Him in your plans and He will direct your paths. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6. Want more information? Check the description section. Alright, beloved friends, that's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: I stayed until the end. Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. There are 3 more important steps to build wealth. First, like this video, subscribe and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you highly motivate me to continue bringing to you educative and transformative videos every week. Do not miss out on our future videos full of knowledge and wisdom. All I am asking is your subscription. Thanks for joining us today, your support is appreciated so much. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts about today's video. Thank you, see you in the next video by God's grace. We love you, and blessings to you.